Everyone. In this video lecture, I will discuss basics of laser. First of all, we discuss about what is full form of laser. Okay, so laser stands for light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. So that means it is full form of laser, which is light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. Okay, so for understanding what is laser, we have to understand what is stimulated emission. So for that, before that, we have to discuss about characteristics of laser. Okay, so uh, first one is coherence. So first definition of coherence is what the wavetrain which are identical in phase and direction. So the wavetrains which are identical in phase and direction are called as coherent waves. So that means what? So all the wavetrains which have same energy and momentum in all direction, then it's called as coherence. So that means since all constitute photons of laser beam possess the same energy and momentum and propagate in same direction, and laser beam said to be highly coherent. Okay, so for making a laser coherent characteristics is required must. Okay, now for second characteristics is high intensity. Due to coherent nature of laser, it has ability to focus over a very small area. It is about 10 raised to minus 6 centimeters square. So for high intensity, its focusing area is very small. It is about 10 raised to minus 6. It is about 10 raised to minus 6 centimeters square. Okay, so for high intensity, you required a very small focusing area. Its value is about 10 raised to minus 6 centimeters square. So extremely high concentration of its energy over a small area. So focusing area is very small, so intensity is very high. Now third characteristic is highly directionality. An ordinary source light emits a light in all possible direction. Okay, so normal light emits a light in all possible direction, but laser travels as a parallel beam, so it can travel over a long distance without spreading. So there is no spreading in laser light, that's why it travel over a long distance. And ordinary light emits in all possible direction, so it cover a very small distance. So due to high directionality, laser traveling very long distance. Okay, now the angular spread of laser beam is 1 millimeter per meter. This reveals the directionality of laser beam. So this give highly directionality of laser beam. Now next characteristics is highly monochromicity. Highly monochromicity means what? Ki the source which emits single color of light, then it's called as monochromatic light. Okay, so the light from a normal monochromatic source spread over the range of wavelength of order of 100 nanometer, but spread of the order of 1 nanometer for laser. So normal light having wavelength of spread of order is about 100 nanometer, but laser have 1 nanometer. So its angular spread comparatively ordinary light, it is 1 nanometer. That's why it have monochromaticity. So this it means what? The laser is highly monochromatic. That means it can emit a light of single wavelength or single color, you can say that. So it have single wavelength, so it have highly monochromicity. So these all are the characteristics of laser. Now we for understanding what is laser, you have to know what is absorption, what is emission. Okay, so first we have to study about Einstein theory. First one is induced absorption. So let atom be initially in the lower state E1 if photon of energy h nu is incident the atom in lower state, then atom absorb the incident photon and get excited to the higher energy state A2. This process is called as induced absorption, as shown in figure 1. So according to figure, initially atom in ground state before absorption, this is state E1, this is state E2. Okay, initially atom in ground state, after giving some energy in terms of photon, E is h nu, atom absorb the energy and get rise to state E2. Okay, this process is called as absorption. Okay, so absorbing the energy in terms of photon, an atom get rise from state E1 to state E2. This process is known as induced absorption. Okay, now in terms of equation you can write atom plus photon, it gives atom star. Atom star means what? Atom in excited state, it indicate by atom stars. Now, the rate of absorption R12, it is rate of absorption is proportional to population at lower energy state, which is N1, and to the density of incident radiation rho. Hence, equation for rate of emission absorption, it is given by R12 is proportional to N1 rho. If you remove proportionality, then you get constant B12. So, R12 is proportional to B12 N1 rho, where B12 is proportionality constant. It is known as probability of absorption of radiation per unit time. Okay, so R12 is given by equation B12 N1 rho. Okay, where B12 is also known as Einstein coefficient. Now next point is what? Spontaneous emission. In spontaneous emission is what? It is a process in which there is an emission of photon whenever an atom transits from its higher energy state to lower energy state without any aid of external energy. Means atom transits from its higher state to lower state without any external energy, then it's called as spontaneous emission. Okay, so according to figure, initially atoms in excited state E2, okay, and ground state is E1. Initially, before emission, atoms in excited state E2, then after some time atom transits from its higher state to lower state E2 to E1. So atom transits from state E2 to E1 and emit energy in form of photon, which is h nu is equal to E2 minus E1. So atom transits from its higher state to lower state and emit energy in terms of photon. This process is known as spontaneous emission. Okay, so in this process, atom traveling its higher state to lower state without any aid of any energy, that is called as spontaneous emission. So the rate of spontaneous emission of radiation R21 spontaneous is proportional to the population N2 at the higher energy state E2. So equation of R2 spontaneous emission of radiation is given by R21. SP stands for spontaneous is proportional to N2. N2 is number of atom in higher state N2, higher state E2. So remove proportionality constant, you get R21 spontaneous is equal to A21 N2, where A21 is proportionality constant known as probability of spontaneous emission per unit time. Okay, so this is equation for rate of spontaneous emission of radiation. R21 spontaneous is equal to A21 into N2. Now we are going to discuss about stimulated emission. So it is a process in which there is an emission of a photon whenever an atom transits from its higher energy state to a lower energy state under influence of external energy. Okay, so here we required some external energy. With the help of external energy, atom transits from its higher energy state to lower energy state. Okay, so basic difference between spontaneous emission and stimulated emission, here you require external energy. So it is a process in which there is an emission of photon whenever an atom transits from its higher energy state to lower energy state under influence of external energy, like inducing photon. So according to diagram, before emission atoms in excited state, okay, before emission atom in excited state E2. Now after giving some energy, atom transits from state E2 to A1 and emission of photon take place. It is h nu is equal to E2 minus E1. So this process is possible whenever you give some energy in terms of photon. Then emission of photon, atom transits from its higher state to lower state and emission of photon is take place. This process is called as stimulated emission. So basic difference between stimulated emission and spontaneous emission, here you require external energy, and in spontaneous emission you don't require any type of external energy. So in terms of equation, you can write before emission it is an excited state, so you can write atom star plus you are giving energy, that means plus photon, so it gives atom. In ground state, so it is atom plus photon plus photon. So the rate of stimulated emission of radiation R21 ST stands for stimulated. So R21 as stimulated emission is proportional to the population N2 at higher energy level E2 and to the density rho of inducing photon. So rho is density of inducing photon. It is density of concentration in state N2. Okay. So R21 stimulated is proportional to N2 rho. R21 stimulated is proportional to N2 rho. If you remove proportionality, you get constant B21. So you can write this equation R21 stimulated is equal to B21 and 2 rho. B21 is proportionality constant. It is known as probability of stimulated emission of radiation per unit time. Okay, so it is B21 and previously A21, it is known as Einstein coefficient. So in definition of absorption, induced absorption, we get constant B12. In definition of spontaneous emission, we get constant A21, and in definition of stimulated emission, we get constant B21. These constants A21, B12 and B21 are known as Einstein's coefficient.